All right. We're live. So I'll wait a moment and see a few people come in here. But we're going to do this here, 90s trivia. And it's a bunch of cards, 90s trivia. I get these from the Dollar Tree. I've had them for, a year or two now. So, and there's some that have multiple choice questions. And then there's some that are, let me find one to show you an example. Some that are like an object. And so some of them are like an object, and then you guess the year. So some are multiple choice, and then some are a picture. Hey, Dina, how are you doing? How have you been? Spending lots of time with the grandkids? So yeah, so there's mostly the multiple choice. There's just a few of the ones that are like a picture, and then you have to guess the year. So, but most of them are multiple choice. You have your grandson still, hanging in there. Awesome, yep. And then next Thursday night, I'm going to do Mad Libs. I'm not sure if everybody knows what Mad Libs are, but they're super fun. They have like kind of a little story, and they'll have blanks, and it'll have you pick the noun or the verb or the adjective, or it'll say what to pick. And then we got to we'll as a team pick them, and then read the story with these random words in there. And it always ends up kind of funny but they're called Mad Libs. And we're going to do that one next Thursday. I'm doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good. I haven't gone anywhere since the 8th, me personally, since the 8th. And then like Mike hasn't gone anywhere. Monday will be 2 weeks. So we've been home, and we're doing all right. We're staying busy and getting lots of little projects done. And so, yeah. So, all right. Since I've shown this one a couple of times, I'll go ahead and ask. What year do you think this item came out? The computer, I guess I would say. Took a walk yesterday with the grandson. Oh, that's good. That's always good. Do you have a guess for what year this item is from? Very close, very close. 1992. So this is all the 90s. So definitely that's a clue. But you're super close. Hey, swerving in my lane. How are you doing? We're doing 90s trivia. I got it from the Dollar Tree a year or two ago. But so the answer's going to be in the 90s. And not 1992, but close. Oh, no, that's all right. Yeah, I'm definitely an 80s kid, 90s kid. Kind of, I was more teen years in the 90s, but I'm an 80s kid for sure. Yeah, we got these. They're like each one has a little deck of cards in them, and most of them are multiple choice questions, and then there's a few with pictures. And last week we did Disney, or no, we did movies. Then I also have Disney. Then yes, 1990, super close with 91, but yeah, it was 1990 that I guess the computer came out. But so last week we did movies. I have the 90s one. Then I have a Disney one and a guess the celebrity name or something like that. And then, but next week we're going to do Mad Libs. I think that'll be fun. So, all right. So we got a couple. We'll go ahead and go on with the questions. So, what kind of animal is Pumbaa in The Lion King? Warthog, rhinoceros, pot-bellied pig. What kind of animal is Pumbaa in The Lion King? Warthog, rhinoceros, pot-bellied pig. So I've noticed, did you guys get a notification? Is that why you're here? Did you get a notification? Or did you just come across the live? Because I'm noticing not a lot of notifications are going out. I'm not sure. YouTube seems to really not be sending notifications right now. So Pumbaa is a warthog. Pumbaa is a warthog. And then Simone is his buddy. So you got a notification. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I'm not getting many notifications. Oh, you got a notification as well. Okay, awesome. That's good. At least we know they're sending some out. I'm not getting a lot of notifications for the channels that I watch. Oh, you're terrible at movies. Oh, that's okay. There's it's all about the 90s. So there's some, the next one is another movie one, but they're not all movies. There's some that are just totally random 90s questions. But the next one is another movie one, real quick. But that's okay. I'm terrible at movies. Last week we did movie trivia, and majority of the movies we mentioned I had never watched. So that's okay. I'm not best at movies either. So we can still have lots of fun. We played, or who played Happy in the movie Happy Gilmore from 1996? A, Tim Robbins, B, Adam Sandler, C, Jim Carrey. Who played Happy in the movie Happy Gilmore from 1996? Tim Robbins, Adam Sandler, Jim Carrey. You guys got to guess. Have you guys seen Happy Gilmore? That's a movie I have seen. That is one I have seen. Adam Sandler. Yeah, he's pretty funny. So yeah, I've seen I think majority of the Adam Sandler movies, but yeah, not many movies in general have I seen. So here's a sports question from the 90s. Now I probably wouldn't know sports questions from any decade. Yeah, seen it. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, that's a pretty funny one. So here's a sports question. In 1998, Mark O'Meara won championships in golf's British Open and the Masters. Is that true or false? It's golf. I might want to know a baseball as well. So, but that would be the only sport maybe. But in 1998, Mark O'Meara won championships in golf's British Open and the Masters. True or false? See, Mike came in just at the right moment, and then he of course he knows the golf question. That it's a true one. He won championships in the British Open and the Masters. So all right, here's another one, guys. Interesting. I didn't know this fact, but okay. So who was Time Magazine's Man of the Year for 1999? Bill Gates of Microsoft, Andy Grove of Intel, Jeff Bezos of Amazon. Who was Time Magazine's Man of the Year for 1999? Bill Gates of Microsoft, Andy Grove of Intel, or Jeff Bezos of Amazon. Mike was quick with that one, wasn't he? Me. He was super quick. I don't know, but I guess because you said dumbass, but it made me have to. I went ahead and it made me have to prove that one. No, you're not a dumbass because you got it. It is Jeff Bezos. So when I was thinking of 1999, I thought maybe a few years later he would have gotten like early 2000s maybe, but no. In 1999, Jeff Bezos did get the Time Magazine Man of the Year. So definitely nope, not dumbass. But I think I would have picked maybe Bill Gates of Microsoft as well, being 1999. I would have, because I didn't realize Amazon, Jeff Bezos went all the way back. So a few years later, it was Mike. So I guess when we met, 2001? Yeah, I guess 2001, or was it two? I don't even, that's terrible. Was it 2001 or two? So that, I guess, was the year you were Man of the Year. Oh yeah, I hope. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, definitely. More the merrier. I'm going to be on for maybe 45 minutes to an hour. Was it 2002? Okay. Yeah, we met in 2002. So I guess that you were man of the year in 2002. All right, guys. Um, Ross Perot got 18.9% of the popular vote in the 1992 presidential election. True or false? Ross Perot got 18.9% of the popular vote in the 1992 presidential election. Do you guys know if that one's true or false? Did Ross Perot get the 18.9% of the popular vote? That one is true. Yep, that one's true. So, all right. Yeah, I guess I wouldn't have really known. That one's so specific. Did he get 18.9%? It's such a specific question. I wouldn't have had that one, but that one was true. Mike got that one. So, but I wouldn't have known. So here's another movie question, but I think this one maybe you guys might know. In The Lion King, what was the name of Simba's father? Sarabi, Mufasa, or Scar? First selection you can remember? Yeah, I think probably me too. I mean, I was 12. So, but in The Lion King, what was the name of Simba's father? Sarabi, Mufasa, or Scar? Hey, H7, how are you doing? H7, use the applaud button that's under my videos when you're on desktop. That is so awesome. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. And I believe how that applause button works is I think now if people play that video, it'll let them know. I think and it'll announce that there was a thing given. I'm not sure, but I think that's how it works. But yeah, Mufasa. I love The Lion King. The Lion King is a pretty good one. Oh, here's a good question. I wonder if you guys know this one. Because I definitely know this one. What did Nirvana's Kurt Cobain and Courtney Love name their daughter? Frances Bean, Courtney, or Rosemary? She is gorgeous now. She is absolutely a gorgeous, gorgeous woman. But what did Nirvana's Kurt Cobain and Courtney Love name their daughter? Frances Bean, Courtney, or Rosemary? Oh, did it play a pretty cool animation? That's cool. All right, you're the first to use it, so we weren't sure. Yes, for sure. Frances Bean. I'm glad you guys know that one. I definitely probably know quite a bit more than I probably should about Nirvana and that. I know a lot of Nirvana facts. I don't know, being from Washington or did it warm up? Spring has sprung there. Did it warm up there real fast? We've got some rain this week, which is our normal weather, but we haven't had a very rainy winter. So it's been kind of nice to have, the rain back. We needed it bad. So it's been raining for the last couple of days, but that's great. So here's a question, guys, and these have actually come back. I know they've come back popular, but I wonder if you guys remember these. Tamagotchis. Tamagotchi is a handheld digital pet created in Japan. True or false? Tamagotchi is a handheld digital pet created in Japan. Is that one true or false, guys? And I'm up here in Washington State, so we're used to the rain. 82 there. That's the Mid-South for you. Yeah, it was humid. So yeah, true, the Tamagotchis. Do you guys remember the Tamagotchis? I was a little bit older. My younger siblings had Tamagotchis. But yeah, I remember them quite a bit. And they just recently released them again. Some of those. So yeah, I'm not sure the high here today. I know it was pretty rainy. We didn't go out. We didn't go anywhere. But probably similar, about 59. That seems about what it usually is here. But Mike knows the uh he knows the weather. He loves, yeah, we had 54, so I knew it was in the 50s. He had the Trolls dolls. You had a Tamagotchi 87. That's awesome. Or do you maybe I asked so many questions in a row. Maybe you remember them, or maybe you had one. They are making a comeback. Yes, I've seen that. They are. We had Shrunken Heads. Yes, I remember. I've seen those. Yep. So, all right. I don't know what this one means because there's kind of a game. So there's quite a few in here that seem to be movie questions, but not all of them. What animated movie features Flick, Hopper, and Manny? Robots, Toy Story, or A Bug's Life? What animated movie features Flick, Hopper, and Manny? Robots, Toy Story, or A Bug's Life? So, did it buffer something swerving in my lane? I see you say hello. Did it buffer maybe? A Bug's Life. Yeah, A Bug's Life. I like that one too. That's a good one. So, oh, here's a good one. Oh, Mike and I went down, see, Bug's Life. We kind of went down memory lane earlier today. We were looking at really old music video, not really old music videos, but some of the first music videos that we remember on like MTV and stuff. But we were looking at like Pearl Jam's Jeremy. What other ones? You were looking up Soundgarden. Snoop Dogg, a bunch of old ones with Snoop Dogg. But yeah, we were looking up a bunch of old music videos and stuff. It was funny to watch them because it's been years since I seen them. Jamiroquai. We looked at several. Black Hole Sun is that's an interesting music video. Black Hole Sun is, yes. Oh, it did buffer? Okay, it's good now. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure. Hopefully we're good. Yeah, Tenacious D. We were just, I don't know, we ended up going down one of those rabbit holes and looking up 90s music videos. But this question kind of reminded me of that. So the next question is, which Red Hot Chili Peppers song is on the Pretty Woman soundtrack? Good Time Boys, Higher Ground, or Show Me Your Soul? Which Red Hot Chili Peppers song is on Pretty Woman soundtrack? Good Time Boys, Higher Ground, or Show Me Your Soul? I like Pretty Woman. That's another good one. So some of these movies I've actually seen. Last week, the movies we mentioned, I hadn't seen any of them. Yeah, Show Me Your Soul. C, Show Me Your Soul. Oh, so there's that one. I guess I'm making two piles. I should make one pile of the ones we did. Okay. Here's another music one. Well, that one was kind of music and movies, but here's a music one. Which band released the album Ritual de lo Habitual? Which band released the album Ritual de lo Habitual? Cheech and Chong, Los Lobos, or Jane's Addiction? Yeah, I love Red Hot Chili Peppers as well. Yeah, Jane's Addiction. It was Jane's Addiction. We were watching Jeremy, Red Hot Chili Peppers Jeremy music video earlier today. That's a pretty interesting music video. Really sad music video. But yes, which one released the album Ritual de la Habitual? It was Jane's Addiction. I love Cheech and Chong though. I grew up on a lot of the Cheech and Chong, watching a lot of those movies. Did you? Oh, when I was having a hard time pronouncing it. You already had it. Took me a minute to kind of pronounce that one. So, all right. It's another movie one, but hopefully I wanted to bring this one up. I've skipped a couple of the movie ones to kind of distribute and get to the other ones. But this one, what was the real name of the whale who starred in the movie Free Willy? Mike, you can't answer this one. What was the real name of the whale who starred in the movie Free Willy? Sorba, Keiko, or Piro? Was it Sorba, Keiko, or Piro? Yeah, I think that's probably why they chose Cheech and Chong to maybe throw people off a little. But yes, it was Keiko. It was Keiko. And the reason I told Mike he can't answer it is because Keiko he lived up here. He lived at the end of his life up here in the Northwest. And we've been to the aquarium where he lived quite a few times. My grandma actually used to volunteer there. But Keiko, he was at the Newport Aquarium in Newport, Oregon. It's a really neat aquarium. We went there just last year. So yeah. Yeah, the end of his captive life. That's where he lived. Because then they did let him out. They let him go free. So the end of his captive life was lived on the Oregon coast. And he's from the Free Willy franchise. The Free Willy, I think there's 1 and 2. Is there 3? I can't remember, honestly. But anybody can answer. I see it says we have 5 people in there. It's never always accurate, but anyone can answer these. So in 1995, which color of M&M was voted into packages by the public? Purple, red, or blue? In 1995, which color of M&M was voted into the packages by the public? Purple, red, or blue? Do you guys remember that? I kind of do. I kind of do vaguely remember that. The blue M&M. Yep, the blue M&M. Yep. Everyone got that one. Awesome. Okay, here's a way 90s question. This one is 90s question. There were 9 original Beanie Babies released in 1993, including Patty the Platypus. Is that true or false? What a random question. But there was 9 original Beanie Babies released in 1993, including Patty the Platypus. True or false? Used to think the blue tasted better. I think a lot of people did, but it's sixlets where they kind of taste a little bit different. Now, Michael, you should know this one. I'm just teasing. It's true. It is true. Swerving in your lane. That one's true. But Mike's grandma, she collected Beanie Babies. So that's why I was teasing him. So, all right. In just a second, I'm going to get a quick drink and then the next one. What celebrity designer created Hillary Clinton's second inaugural gown? Hubert da Vinci, Ted Lapidus, or Oscar de la Renta? What celebrity designer created Hillary Clinton's second inaugural gown? Hubert da Vinci. I am so bad with names, guys. Ted Lapidus or Oscar de la Renta? Yes, it was Oscar de la Renta. The only name I could say. Monica Lewinsky. She designed her gown. Yeah, would not be funny. Oh, it might have been a pantsuit. Might have been. I've noticed pantsuits have come really popular this year. They've got some really cute pantsuits out. But it might have been a pantsuit. I'm not sure. It was her the second inaugural gown. So I can't remember which one. So, all right, guys. Here's another kind of designer question. But Who designed the platform shoes that Naomi Campbell tripped in 1994? Vivienne Westwood, Calvin Klein, or Giorgio Armani? Who designed the platform shoes that Naomi Campbell tripped in 1994? Vivienne Westwood, Calvin Klein, Giorgio Armani. Oh, he doesn't mean anything like political about it, but he's just joking. Mike's always joking. But I'm sorry if that did offend anybody. But yeah, no, Mike's always joking. So that one, yeah. Vivienne Westwood, which that's the only one I didn't know. I knew Calvin Klein and Giorgio Armani, but for some reason I'm not super into fashion and stuff, models and stuff like that. So I don't really know a lot of the fashion stuff. But okay, awesome. Yeah, no offense taken. Oh, okay. Well, you were joking. Okay, yeah. I get it now. So because I really never want to offend anybody, and I know somebody actually was offended a couple weeks ago in a live stream of mine about a political joke, and we definitely don't want to be offending anybody, and I don't think it was meant. Sadly, I think it was taken the wrong way, and that's just really too bad. So I'm kind of extra, like, oh no, we don't want to offend anybody, because I did hear a couple weeks ago somebody did get kind of offended, but hopefully we can get beyond that and get past that. So yeah, I'm just kind of a little extra, but all right, guys. So I'm going to have the secondary question to this next question for y'all. But anyways, you'll see. On Seinfeld, who burned down Susan's father's cabin? George, Kramer, or Elaine? On Seinfeld, who burned down Susan's father's cabin? George, Kramer, or Elaine? Okay, yeah, you guys don't get offended easy. That's awesome. Mike's got some humor that, yeah, I hope don't come across and offend people, because he does not mean it that way. So awesome, yeah. So Kramer, too. Kramer. It was Kramer. So are you guys, because there tends to be two types of people. There tends to be Seinfeld people and Friends people. Did you guys watch Friends, or did you guys watch Seinfeld? And honestly, I never really got super into either series. I would say I watched both pretty equally, but not like super regularly. But I'm familiar enough with both series. But from what I mean, tends to be people that watch either or, Seinfeld or Friends. But I watched a little of both. The kitty's gonna come visit. She's here. Say hello. So, but now I guess it doesn't want to scroll on me. So you watch Friends more, and then your hubby watches Seinfeld more. You liked Friends more. Yeah, yeah. I think I probably like Friends. Well, I probably about equally, but I wasn't really into. I watched Dawson's Creek. I watched all of Dawson's Creek, but I didn't watch too much Friends or Seinfeld. But I'd watched enough to kind of know a bit about it. But in 1990, The Portrait of Dr. Gashett by Vincent van Gogh sold for how much? 17 million, 9 million, or 75 million? In 1990, The Portrait of Dr. Gashett by Vincent van Gogh sold for how much? 17 million, 9 million, or 75 million? Oh, George annoyed you sometimes? Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, definitely. 75 million. See, 75 million. That's crazy. So much money. So here's another one of those pictures, guys. So here's this picture. And what year in the 90s, what year did this item come out? Mike, are we buffering at all? Are we buffering, guys? Because suddenly we went from 6 people to now it says 2 people, but it's not always accurate. Oh, it says we're good. We're good. We're good. No, it was 75 million. C, 75 million. But this here, this item, try to give it, let it focus. What year? 1995, 94. You're getting closer, but not it was actually earlier than I thought. Oh, you've yet to get one wrong. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, I don't know what happened either. Yeah, it was 92, 1992. But and then there's little facts on some of these too. So in 1992, the same year, fire damages major parts of Windsor Castle, many valuables and historic artifacts destroyed. Isn't artifacts spelt with an I? Artifacts is spelt wrong. Oh, you jinxed yourself. Yeah, you said that in the next one. You got it wrong. Oh no, I think you might have. You might have jinxed yourself. But that's okay. Let's see if you get the next one. You might. Which girl did Dylan end up marrying on Beverly Hills 90210? Valerie, Kelly, Antonia. Which girl did Dylan end up marrying on Beverly Hills 90210? Valerie, Kelly, or Antonia? Oh, the British spelling. Okay, yeah. And maybe that's because it was talking about Windsor Castle. That's maybe. But yeah, I'm used to artifacts with an I. So yeah, I thought, wait, that's spelled wrong. But that makes sense, the British spelling though. So are you guys Beverly Hills 90210 fans? No, he didn't marry Valerie. Did he marry Kelly or Antonia? I did watch I did watch a little too much of Beverly Hills 90210. I will say that. Nope, didn't watch that one. It was C. It was C. Antonia. And I don't remember that character. Who was that? I remember Kelly, of course. But yeah, I don't even remember who that was. Here's another series from the TV series. I totally went blank there. A TV series from the 90s. So here's a funny one. Let's see if you guys know. What is Stephen Q. Urkel's middle name in the show Family Matters? Quincy, Quasi, or Quell? What is Stephen Q. Urkel's middle name in the show Family Matters? Quincy, Quasi, or Quell? Did you guys watch that? What they call it, TGIF? And it would be, yeah, it's Quincy. It would be Full House, Family Matters, and then they had a few that they would interchange. What was some of the other ones? There was like a family that had a bunch of step kids together. I don't, kind of a blended family. So I remember we watched TGIF as a kid. That was our thing. We every Friday night, and we had pizza, popcorn, and pop. We didn't, as a kid. I now say soda as an adult, but as a kid, we called pop, soda pop. But so we had pizza, popcorn, and pop on Friday night, and we would watch the TGIF. I think it was 3 or 4 shows altogether. Full House. Family Matters and those. Oh, Mike's gonna go. He's got to go to another live stream. You don't have to announce it. Don't you know that's rude? I'm just kidding. He's one of the coin channels he watches. So I know. I was teasing you. Here's a show I didn't really watch. I didn't watch this one at all. Well, this mentions 2 shows actually. Which 2 ER doctors guest starred as doctors on the sitcom Friends, George Clooney and Anthony Edwards, George Clooney and Noah Wiley, Noah Wiley and Eric LaSalle. Which two ER doctors guest starred as doctors on the sitcom Friends? Was it George Clooney and Anthony Edwards, George Clooney and Noah Wiley and Eric LaSalle? It was B. It was George Clooney and Noah Wiley. Now, I didn't really watch ER, and which is kind of surprising because one of my very favorite shows is Grey's Anatomy. So, I mean, I really like that setting of a show. But, I mean, I love Shonda Rhimes. Anything Shonda Rhimes does is amazing. And she's the one who does Grey's Anatomy and Scandal and How to Get Away with a Murder and so much stuff. But here's another Friends question. I guess they must ask a lot in here. Who kissed Chandler's mother on Friends? Was it Ross, Joey, or Ugly Naked Guy? Who kissed Chandler's mother on Friends? Ross, Joey, or Ugly Naked Guy? Do you get anybody? I mean, who was most likely to be kissing on Chandler's mother? It's not Joey. Was it Ross or Ugly Naked Guy? Good. I'm glad you're having fun. Good. I think I'm really excited for next week. Next Thursday, same time, we'll do Mad Libs. I found at least 2 of the little packets of Mad Libs. It was Ross. It was Ross. Yep. So, yeah, I hope everybody's having a lot of fun. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm so glad you're having fun, H7. I hope to, just a little kind of distraction for a little bit for everyone. So, yeah. This cat's just staring up at me. I think she wants me to just be quiet so she can sleep. Who began hosting MSNBC's political forum Hardball in 1999? Wolf Blitzer, Larry King, or Chris Matthews? Who began hosting MSNBC's political forum Hardball in 1999? Wolf Blitzer, Larry King, or Chris Matthews? Awesome, Dina. Good, good. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Did Lost Dog have a stream earlier today? Lost Dog is our friend. H7 and I have known each other for a couple years here on YouTube. We kind of come from another fringe community, kind of, but they've kind of all that community's broken up, kind of. But so we know a lot of the same people. But no, I didn't see that Lost Dog had a stream. I hope he's doing well because I know he had emergency surgery. Oh, I'm not. But yes, Chris Matthews. See, Chris Matthews. I will have to check that out. I've known that was his name, but I'm surprised that he's doing a channel with his name. But I'll have to look for it. I'll have to look for it after this. Because I hope he's doing well, because I know he had to have a surgery and stuff. So I hope he's doing good. Here's finally a Dawson Creek question. Did you guys watch Dawson Creek? I watched Dawson Creek. Yeah, send me a link. Send me a link. Thank you. But this is a Dawson Creek question. Still in pain. Okay, good. He's going to do some more lives. Oh, good. What was Chad Michael Murray's character's name on Dawson Creek? Tristan, Charlie, or Pacey? What was Chad Michael Murray's character's name on Dawson Creek? Tristan, Charlie, or Pacey? Didn't watch that show either. I think it's on Netflix, I believe. I'm not sure. Have you guys watched the new one? I haven't. I keep getting it suggested to me, so I might try to watch it later if I get some time. But there's a new one on Netflix called Tiger or something like that, and I'm hearing good things about it, but I haven't seen it yet. I think it's a short little series. Tristan? No, it wasn't Tristan. Was it Charlie or Pacey? So, and I talk way too fast and I ask y'all all these different questions. Have you seen this show? Do you know the answer? Sorry, and I forget there's a delay and I need to remember you guys can't answer it all at once. No, Pacey was a character on Dawson's Creek, but no, his character, Chad Michael Murray's character was Charlie. But yeah, it's just a real cheesy kind of I don't know, kind of a young adult during high school, all the crazy, drama of high school series. That's what it mainly is. It's like small town high school drama. That's what it mainly has in it. So, but here's another fashion one. Or yeah, fashion one. Unzipped is the 1995 documentary about which famous fashion designer? Karl Lagerfeld, Isaac Mizrahi, or Anne Klein. Unzipped is the 1995 documentary about which famous fashion designer? Karl Lagerfeld, Isaac Mizrahi, or Anne Klein. Yeah, it's like a teen soap opera though. It's very kind of teen. I believe I was like high school when it came out, so it was perfect high school time for when I might even have been late middle school into high school when it came out. I got Anne Klein. It's not Anne Klein. So Unzipped is the 1995 documentary about which famous fashion designer? Karl Lagerfeld or is Isaac Mizrahi? Which one of those two guys? Come on, guys, are you not into fashion? I'm not. I would never know. Yeah, it was Isaac Mizrahi. I'm not a huge fashion person. I never known. My fashion is Goodwill. I like to buy things at Goodwill and repurpose them, put them together, and make them into, buy 3 shirts and make it into one fun shirt. That's my fashion. That's about it. So, and here's another one that I'm not real familiar with. But what's the name of the club that the Roxbury guys of Saturday Night Live go to? The Swingers Club, the Avalon, or the China Club? What is the name of the club that the Roxbury guys of Saturday Night Live go to? The Swingers Club, the Avalon, and the China Club. You recognize the one, Anne Klein, you recognize, yeah, definitely. She's got a very recognizable fashion, name. We all know she's a designer. I kind of knew the other two were designers, but that's about it. I just know that they were, but I don't know. Sweats and leggings are your fashion. Yeah, that's been my fashion for lately for quite a bit. I think that's becoming very popular fashion with everybody at home. So, are you guys familiar? I love Saturday Night Live, but I always forget. I'm not a late night. If I'm up doing stuff late night, I'm up doing stuff. I'm not usually. I'm either trying to finish a painting, finish editing a video. But I'm usually in bed pretty early, and then I'm up in the middle of the night, can't sleep. But I don't really stay up late night television a lot. I don't watch a lot of television either. But what's the name of the club that the Roxbury guys of Saturday Night Live go to? The Swingers Club, the Avalon, or the China Club? You've watched all the contemporary episodes. I watch them on Hulu on Sunday. Yeah, I should do that. I have Hulu, but I tend to forget. My Hulu is usually A Million Little Things and This Is Us and The Good Doctor. That's what, and Grey's Anatomy. That's our Hulu pretty much. Or we watched Top Chef or something earlier. It's not Avalon, not A or B. It was the China Club. You watch YouTube. Yeah, I tend to watch YouTube too because I have such a short attention span that I can watch YouTube and it keeps my attention pretty good. I watch a lot of like travel YouTubers, which they're not traveling so much, but I do watch a lot of Mikey Chen and a lot of Mark Weens, a lot of travel YouTubers, but they're not traveling so much right now. So, but yeah, I have such a short attention span. I tend to also I gravitate more to the YouTube. Yeah, I mean, I really like SNL. I mean, some amazing comedians have come out of SNL, but I just forget about it. I don't know what it is. It's just is not on. I don't know. I forget that it even exists. Um, I had to look up to see the book. But Amy Sedaris, oh my God, Amy Sedaris is absolutely hilarious. And I have her book. I was looking through it earlier today, but I had to. So, but yeah. Now here's a series I kind of watched. I'm familiar with it, but I didn't regularly. But who played Kelly on the TV series Saved by the Bell? Elizabeth Berkley, Lark Voorhees, or Tiffany Amber Thiessen? Who played Kelly on the TV series Saved by the Bell? Elizabeth Berkley, Lark Voorhees, or Tiffany Amber Thiessen? Tiffany Amber Thiessen, of course. She's so pretty. Yeah, I'm fired. She's a very, very beautiful woman. Yes. So, okay, guys, got another one of the pictures. So, it's a picture of rollerblades. So, what year did rollerblades come out? Do you guys remember? So, I got a pair of these when they came out, but we lived very, very rural. And so our street wasn't it's not like concrete or paved. It had like rocks in it, you know. It wasn't like it was paved road. It wasn't a dirt road, but it was it had rocks, you know, it wasn't smooth. So I got a pair of these and they did not last long. They did not last long because the road chipped away at the wheels. It sucked. And then I would just fall because the wheels were all messed up. Close, guys, close. Somewhere in between there. Not 91 or 94, but there's some rollerblades. I liked good old roller skates. They've closed down all of our like skating rinks and stuff. Yeah, 1993, 93. But back in the 90s, I would go to the skating rinks and they would have like late night at the skating rink and we would skate around and they would have like where they would turn the lights down and have the disco ball and turn on the loud music and have like kind of like strobe lights and stuff. That was always a really super fun thing for our area to do. Is they had, I think it was Friday nights. And later, and they stayed open a little later, but we don't have anything like that anymore. But yeah, it was 1993. And then the little fact of 1993 is worst bushfires in Australian history destroy the Royal National Park, the world's second largest national park. Oh, that's terrible. And I wonder if that fact, because of this last year with the bushfires, I wonder if it's if it affected that same area, it affected most of Australia. So, all right, guys, here's a good one. Who was Michael Jackson's date for the 1990 Grammy Awards? Brooke Shields, Lisa Marie Presley, or Madonna? So the 1990 Grammy Awards, because I know that later. So who was Michael Jackson's date for the 1990 Grammy Awards? Brooke Shields, Lisa Marie Presley, or Madonna? Do you guys happen to know that one? It wasn't Brooke Shields. And the other two, Lisa Marie Presley and Madonna, I believe both went to the Grammy Awards with them. But the key, 1990, did Lisa Marie go or Madonna go in 90? Yes, it was in 1990. Madonna was his date. And I believe later, I don't know, 94, 95, somewhere in there, then was Lisa Marie Presley, because that was that they kissed and all this stuff. But or did they announce they were getting married at the Grammys or something? They did something that everyone was like, oh my God. But 1990, it was Madonna. So here's one, another Madonna question. I love this song too. But who co-wrote the song Justify My Love with Madonna? Lenny Kravitz, Shep Pettibone, or Mick Jagger? Who co-wrote the song Justify My Love with Madonna? Lenny Kravitz, Shep Pettibone, or Mick Jagger? And then probably just a few more, guys, and then I'm going to get off of here. I'm going to make some smoothies. We got some yogurt and some frozen fruit and stuff. That's what we're going to have. So everybody's kind of waiting for, I told them I would be about 45 minutes to an hour, and then I'd make everyone some smoothies. So that's what we're going to have here in a little bit. I think probably some berries and some mango and some yogurt. Yeah, it was Lenny Kravitz. Lenny Kravitz. Oh, yes, married and tried to prove they were in love. Yes, they were announcing they were married, and then they kissed. And I knew it was either they were announcing they were getting married or they were announcing they were married. But I think that was a little few years later than the question was 1990. So, yeah, Madonna. And then, so the next question with Madonna, Justify My Love, is Lenny Kravitz. So I want to ask you guys a trivia, little just question. What was your guys' what is your first CD, record, tape, cassette? So I had a lot of mixed tapes, but my first actual tape I went out and bought was Madonna's Like a Virgin. The Madonna was my very first cassette tape. And then my very first CD I ever bought was Ace of Base. So what was your guys's very first like musical album that you went out and bought? I'm just curious of what you guys bought for your very first one. But yeah, mine was Like a Virgin was Madonna, was my first cassette tape. And then a couple of years later, CDs came out, and Ace of Base was the first CD I ever bought. Do you guys remember? Do you remember the first album you ever bought? Oh my gosh, so my cat, she was up on the back of the chair and she just fell off the back of the chair. Now she's going to come over here and glare at me like I pushed her or something. Oh, Billy Joel, Piano Man. That's a good one. That's a good one. Three Dog Night. Oh, what hits? Red Hot Chili Peppers. Awesome. Awesome. I know my neighbor, when he bought his very first CD, he came over all excited. He bought his first CD, and I'm all, so what'd you get? What'd you get? And he goes, never mind. I go, what do you mean? What do you mean, never mind? What CD did you get? Because it was his very first CD ever buying. And he's like, never mind. I'm all, what CD did you buy? And it was of course Nirvana, Nevermind. But he was teasing me. Huey Lewis's album. Actually, I guess that would be Huey Lewis would actually be the first music I bought, because I don't know if you guys remember in the 80s, there was even before Walkman, but there was these little things and they were called pocket rockers. And these little pocket rockers would only have one song, and it was a little tiny cassette tape, and they would slip it and it would play the song, and it would be pocket rockers. And so in the 80s, Huey Lewis and the News was one. I got that, and Tiffany, I Think We're Alone Now, on this little pocket rocker. But it wasn't real. It was just one song for each of them. Do you guys ever remember those? They were little tiny stereos. They had a speaker and they had these little cassettes and stuff, but they would only take the one song on each cassette. And so I guess that would be my first album, would be Huey Lewis and the News, and Tiffany's I Think We're Alone Now. But yeah, it was probably 1986-ish, probably 85, 86, pocket rockers. Yeah, you guys don't remember? Those were fun. They were like bright pink and bright blue little radios, but they only played the one little tape. But yeah, I had one of those. I thought it was cool on the school bus. We would listen to it. All of us sit together. We would all crowd around it. It didn't play very loud, but we would listen to it on the school bus, and I was the coolest. Yeah, I mean, I listen to a lot of my parents' records. Creedence Clearwater Revival, a lot of old 70s music I listen to. And that's what I actually gravitate towards now. I love all that old music. But yeah, I listen to a lot of my parents' records too. Very much so. I mean, as Mike knows, a lot of my dad's music. And Mike listened to a lot of Greek music, authentic Greek music. Still, I mean, his parents and stuff, they always have Greek music going. So, all right, guys, how about we'll just do a couple more of these, and then next week, you guys have to join us for Mad Libs. That's going to be super fun. Their American music was on 8-track, John Denver. I remember my aunt had John Denver 8-tracks. I mean, way into like late 90s, 1990s, she still had her John Denver 8-tracks. It was funny. But so here's one. What instrument does Mr. Wick play on the Drew Carey show? The harp, the drums, or the trumpet? What instrument does Mr. Wick play on the Drew Carey show? Harp, drums, or trumpet? And they didn't even have an 8-track player. I didn't know that. That's silly. No, my dad had a lot of vinyl. Lots and lots of vinyl. Lots of Cheech and Chong, Creedence, CCR. I can't even talk now. But yeah, my aunt had John Denver on 8-track. But what instrument does Mr. Wick play on the Drew Carey show? Harp, drums, or trumpet? I didn't watch much of the Drew Carey show either. There was that one, his coworker that had the crazy makeup on. She was pretty funny. But I like him as a person. He's pretty funny. But I didn't really watch his show. I don't really know much about that show. Harp, drums, or trumpet? It's not the trumpet. Harp or drums? What instrument does Mr. Wick? I don't even know who Mr. Wick was in the show. So, a harp. Yep, it was a harp. Mimi, yeah, his coworker Mimi, she was wild, but she was pretty funny. They had quite the little back and forth. So, all right, guys, last one, and then we'll chat for a quick minute, and then I got to go make some smoothies. It's funny. We make so many smoothies. I wonder if our neighbors think we're making like margaritas all the time or something. The blender going. Oh, you watched that one? You watched Drew Carey show? Yeah, he's pretty funny, but I don't tend to watch him. Yeah, I know he hosts now Price is Right. And were you guys like for me, I, grew up in the 80s, an 80s kid, and Mike as well. We've talked about this. And if you stayed homesick from school, that's what you got to watch. If you were homesick from school, you got to watch the Price is Right. But the Price is Right was now Drew Carey. But I forget it's ever on anymore. I'm so busy during that time. But maybe I should introduce it to the kids. Okay, so what was the #1 rated TV show for the 1993-94 TV season? ER, Home Improvement, or 60 Minutes? What was the #1 rated TV show for the 1993-94 TV season? ER, Home Improvement, or 60 Minutes? I would have chose any of these. Any of those three for 93, 94 #1 rated show, I think would have been a good guess. It wasn't ER, Home Improvement. It was 60 Minutes. It was 60 Minutes. But I mean, I could see it being any of the three. But was Home Improvement one of the ones that was on DJIF? Because earlier I was trying to think of all I think it was for a time, maybe. I can't remember. What was on there. I remember Full House and Family Matters for sure. But yeah, I don't remember either. But so it was 60 Minutes, which I love news type shows, 60 Minutes and stuff like 2020 and all that. Well, I don't watch the news, but I tend to kind of more like 2020 and like that, but I don't like news shows. Let me reword that. So, all right, guys. And then tomorrow, I'll be live at 10 a.m. Sorry, I'm trying to get to the bottom of chat. I'm not sure. Every once in a while, it stops scrolling for me. It's done that twice now in this chat. Oh, well. But, A-Team for life. Yeah, I think Mike watched a lot of A-Team. I watched a lot of MacGyver, and so I would watch MacGyver with my dad. And now looking back, I realized that they repeated the episodes a lot, and he had already seen those episodes, but he would guess before MacGyver would actually do the things. He would guess he needs to just grab this, and this, and put it together, and that's how he can get out of his situation. And I thought my dad was he was so clever. Oh, my Navy SEAL dad, how he knows it all. He knows how to get out of any situation. But really what it was is we would watch MacGyver like rerun episodes, and he would already know what was going on. But did you guys watch? Yeah, you watched MacGyver? But it's kind of a fun little memory with my dad and stuff. But yeah, he would always, as he was getting in the tough situation and he would MacGyver his way out of it, my dad would guess and I would think, oh my gosh, he's amazing and stuff. But yeah, he would watch it before. And Hee Haw. Yeah, that was more, my uncle watched Hee Haw regularly. So he was our neighbor. So if we were there with him, we watched Hee Haw. But yeah, so this was a lot of fun, guys. Lots and lots of fun. Time kind of flew. It kind of flies when you're having fun. So we only got through about a third of the cards. So we'll still do a 90s trivia maybe in a few weeks. But I want to do Mad Libs and maybe the next week a different subject. But maybe we'll come back around to the 90s maybe in a few weeks because we only did about a third of the cards. And so, but tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, it always came on after wrestling. Yeah, I didn't watch too much wrestling, but we're near Portland. So we actually have a lot of professional wrestlers that kind of lived out here and stuff. So it's kind of interesting. But a few of them lived here in our little tiny town. But tomorrow I have several canvases that we're getting all gessoed up and ready to go. And so be ready to pick your colors tomorrow. So Fridays, the chat always picks the colors, and it's 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then next Tuesday, I'll be live. And then on Thursday, we'll do Mad Libs, and that'll be at 6 p.m. next Thursday evening on Pacific Standard Time. So yeah, guys, it's been awesome. And oh, you're welcome. And thank you. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us. I had lots of fun, and we'll have to make this a regular thing. So, all right, guys, you guys have an amazing night. And I hope to see you tomorrow at the live stream. Think of some color combinations you might want to do. I think we'll probably do only about 4 or 5 paintings, but they're 12 by 12, so they're a little bit bigger. So you have a great night, everybody, and thank you so much for hanging out with me. And be the change you want to see in the world, guys. Really be the change you want to see in the world right now. So awesome, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all. Thank you, guys. Have a good night. It's like a lag. I press the button. It's like, oh, come on, come on.